7 p.m., the screens aglow. World of weird news, watch it grow. Del and Wolfman, Mayor 2, got a crazy tale or two. The beautiful Del with a graceful smile, queuing up the clips, going the extra mile. The howling Wolfman with a laugh so deep, secrets of the strange you just can't keep. Honorable Mayor, spectacles askew, scratching his head at the things they view. Saturday night is the place to be with the channel family, wild and free. Funny videos, stories untold, more precious than silver, more precious than gold. Chatting and laughing, joyous sound, best time together all around. From cryptids to conspiracies, they explore it all. No topic too strange to stand up tall. Debates and discussions, a lively exchange, rearranging the ordinary, making it strange. Three friends united, a bond so strong, where every weird moment feels perfectly long. Saturday night is the place to be with the channel family, wild and free. Funny videos, stories untold, more precious than silver, more precious than gold. Chatting and laughing, joyous sound, best time together all around. Through the comments and likes, the community grows, sharing the wonders as everyone knows. A digital campfire, warm and bright, every Saturday a brand new light. Saturday night is the place to be with the channel family, wild and free. Funny videos, stories untold, more precious than silver, more precious than gold. Chatting and laughing, a joyous sound, best time together all around. 7 p.m., the screens aglow. World of weird news, watch it grow. Del and Wolfman, Mayor 2, until next Saturday, me and you.
Hello, my weirdos, and welcome to another World of Weird. I am the mayor, and over here, my faithful sidekick and tech wolf, the Wolfman.
Oh, woo! Something like that.
Well, that's better than last week. Hi, everybody out there. Hey, Jules. Hey, Lane. Hey, Billy, you rock. Hey, Bill.
Y'all better laugh or I'm going to glue you guys together. There you go.
Carla. Oh, my memory is so shot.
Laney.
John. Oh. You know who's out there.
Did you skip somebody?
What's that?
Did you skip somebody?
Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Mac Randall.
There you go. Wahoo.
Wahoo!
Not ladylike.
Not ladylike. I like it when they're not ladylike.
Vicky.
Yeah. As you can see, there's no Dell tonight. It's her kid's spring
Meat
break.
is spoiled.
Yeah. Kids spring break, and they went to Tulsa to go have some fun. So they're out there having a little fun. Oh,
Telly, what's happening?
Telly.
Yeah, that's my friend that lives here.
Oh, hi, Wolfman's friend. They're having a little fun. So there's no meat in the sandwich today, so you just got the two heels.
Yep.
White bread heels.
I don't know. What do you guys call the ends of the bread? Are they bread asses? Are they
bread heels?
Bread heels? Let's figure that out right now in the chat. What do you call those ends of the loaf that's just all brown and a lot of people skip them? I think it's great with like toasted like peanut butter and jelly.
I've never been I grew up, they were always called the heel, and
Kelly
I
says
was never a
crust.
fan.
Joel says
Crust,
heels. Lisa says
heel,
heels.
heel.
Huh.
Hey, Chuck, how's
Three
everything
people.
going? What are you ranting about today?
Wait, 3 people paying attention.
Tell
Or
us that
heels.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the bread butt. Kind of like that, actually. Yeah. I hope everybody's having a good day. I just finished watching Mikey and Creed's classic that they just had there.
Mac says he calls it trash.
Trash. Yeah. I usually call it stuff I save for making breadcrumbs.
Or bird food.
Or bird feed. Yep. Dog's giving me a side eye. Hey, Adam. Well, what we got today is kind of a short one, so I got something else I'm going to throw in afterwards. But
we
it was
should be used to that, huh, guys?
That's what she said. It's two of the victims. They were both underage at the time. One of them was the one that got him arrested and on probation for, doing things with a minor. And so we're going to be watching. I don't recall the names. We'll be watching them. The whole thing is kind of on the short side. So they'll go with that.
Okay, Mr. McCann, you may proceed with your examination of this witness.
How old were you on September 26th, 1988?
I missed it.
I was only 13.
You were 13 years of age?
Yes,
At that time, you were a student, were you not?
That's not
I was a student.
And on that particular day, did you attend the school to which you were assigned?
Yes,
Did there come a
Are
time,
you hearing the witness? Okay,
I'm sorry, are you hearing the witness?
they've all indicated yes, so.
One of the two indicated it was.
Well, okay, because it's very quiet to me. Just speak up a little bit, sir, and get up maybe a little closer to the microphones. They should pick up your voice.
Did there come a time on that day, September 26th, 1988, that you were on your way home from school?
yes, I was.
And what time was that to your best recollection?
Between 3 and 4.
And as you were making your way home, did you get
Oh, yeah, I forgot. This first guy was 13 when this all happened. But also, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, share this out, tell your friends, tell your enemies friends. I don't care. Share this out.
Tell the people that you think Jeffrey Dahmer should have ate. Like, that's a good thing.
Hey, your mic's not working the greatest today. You on the wrong mic again?
I'm on the wrong mic, probably. Is it louder?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, wrong mic.
You're on your camera and say your microphone.
Stupid thing. There we go. How's that? Oh, hello.
Oh, hey, I can hear you much better now.
I gotta fix that.
Yeah, it keeps defaulting back to your camera mic.
It does. It just doesn't want to hear me.
Brooklyn, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, all right. Yeah,
in the area of about North 25th and West Wells Street?
Yes,
And that's here in the city of Milwaukee,
yes,
Milwaukee County, Wisconsin.
yes.
Did you notice anything unusual at that time?
People hungry?
No, I don't.
Did you see anybody or did anybody come up to you?
Yes, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dumb,
And
huh?
how did he come up to you? When did you first see him?
It's on the corner of 25th and Wells.
And did he say anything to you?
Yes, he told me he asked other kids if they would just pose for,
The
quick
judge isn't even
$50.
talking.
If they would pose for a quick $50?
Yes.
And what did you say to him or what did he say to you then?
I asked him if it is his career or he said it's a hobby.
He said it's a hobby.
Yes.
Did you say then, or what did he say then?
He asked me if I want to pose for him just for a quick $50.
And when he asked if you'd pose for the quick 50, that's when you asked him if he was a professional or a hobby, and he said it's his hobby.
Yes.
What then happened?
Then we start walking to his apartment.
You walked to his apartment building?
Yes.
And did you get to his apartment building?
Yes.
About how far was it roughly, that walk, if you recollect?
A block.
Have a good one, Telly.
And
Enjoy
then
dinner.
did you go into the building and go to a particular apartment?
Yes.
And you went inside that apartment?
Yes.
And what happened then?
He asked me if I prefer posing, strip or, with my clothes on.
Was there any discussion before that about how old you?
Usually people, want to pay me $50 for me to put my clothes on.
Yeah, me too. Like,
$50 to make you holler. $50, love you a long time. Ooh, is that racist?
I don't think so.
Or what
Cool.
level of high school you were in?
Yes, he asked me what school I went to and then how old I am, and I told him.
And do you remember whether you said you were a freshman that year or?
Yeah, I told him I was a freshman. I was only 13.
When you got into the apartment, what was said after you got into Mr. Dahmer's apartment?
He asked me which way should I pose, strip or with my clothes on, and I told him, with my clothes on.
At this point, I can advise the court that Mr. Boyle has stipulated that the identification of the Jeff Dahmer that he is speaking of is the defendant in this proceeding.
Yeah, he did, John.
When you said with your clothes on, what happened then?
Well, he took one shot, and then later on he asked me it would look better if, with my clothes off.
Right. Where was the first shot taken?
He was on the bed.
Right. Was there a bed in the apartment there?
Yes.
Right. And when that first
You're gonna
shot
go to
was
some
taken, were
dude's
you on
house?
that bed?
Like,
What was it?
You're gonna go to some dude's house and just be like, "Hey, $50, and I'll just lay on the bed naked, and you take pictures of me." Like, isn't that a red flag? Like, I don't care how old you are. Isn't that a red flag?
That's a big red flag, but you're looking at, 1990, $50 is a hell of a lot of money.
It was, yeah, but I mean, that's like
But
me
it's
saying,
still-
"Hey, Wrench, I'm gonna offer you $500 to come over and lay on the bed so I can get pictures of you." You're gonna tell me to fuck. I hope you tell me to piss off.
If it was a lady, it'd be a different story.
Right? Some boudoir
But for a
photos.
man, no. You'd have to add at least another 0 onto it.
I even feel awkward doing boudoir pictures when I was doing photography. Like, that really just makes me feel uncomfortable.
I feel uncomfortable when I see myself in the mirror when I'm getting in the shower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's not much to see, so I'm not worried about it.
Looking at the Pillsbury Doughboy and just as white.
Oh, man. I need $50 to make you holler. I get paid to do the wild thing, right, John? That's what I'm saying. If you're 13, I guess that's different. I don't know. When I was 13, I would not go into somebody's house if I didn't feel comfortable with them. I never had anybody offer me stuff like that. That was just weird. I lived in a small town. I mean, there's a few things I could have done that was shady. That probably would have made me come up missing had the people not been so nice. But like,
John would show up in a pink crop top and pink tutu.
Oh, there you go. Bill, I point and laugh and then realize it's me.
Yeah, basically. I actually like, ew, get nauseous. I shower in the dark.
I look in the mirror and go, "Oh, that's cute." Oh, shoot, that's me.
Oh, look at the Sharpay. Oh, that's me.
Oh, shoot. All right, carry on.
Hey, Wahoo.
Yes. And were you sitting on the bed or laying on the bed? What's your best recollection of that?
I was laying on the bed.
Did you, when there was a discussion about a stripper with clothes, did he do anything with respect to your clothes with respect to that first shot?
Yeah, he pulled it up and then, up to my neck.
When you say he pulled it up to your neck, are you speaking of your shirt?
Yes, my shirt.
right? And did he take a shot at that time? After it had been pulled, your shirt had been pulled up to your neck area, was a photograph taken?
Yes.
Do you recall what type of a camera it was?
It was more like a Polaroid.
And you decide that from because you could see the picture come out
Yes.
after it was taken?
Yes.
What happened after that first picture was taken?
Then he started like saying I should open my fly. And then I told him no, and then he's unzipped it.
Well, did you take that second shot then, or did you first go into another part of the apartment?
We stayed there. We sat there for a while, and then we went in the kitchen. He offered me some drink.
And when he offered you the drink, where did you go then?
I followed him in the kitchen.
And what happened in the kitchen?
He made me coffee.
And did he put anything into the coffee, from another bottle?
Yes, he did. It
Hey,
was more
Toby.
like a cream, chocolate color looking.
A chocolate covered like cream?
Yes.
And did he mix the coffee?
Yes, he did.
Was there a pot there somewhere that he used?
He used a faucet, hot water.
And then mixed some coffee in somehow? Then poured this in?
Yes.
And what happened then?
Then we went back to the living room.
Did you have any of that coffee? Did he have any of that, if you noticed?
He took a little sip.
He took a little sip, and then what?
Then I drank about half. Then he said, why don't you just finish it? So I just drank it real quick.
The rest of the coffee cup?
Yes.
And were there any more photographs taken then? Did you go back into the living room?
Yes, we did. We were in the living room.
And was any photograph taken after you had the coffee?
No,
How many photographs were taken?
more likely two.
Right. You've told us about the first one when your shirt was pulled up around your chest. Tell us about how the second photograph was taken.
My zippers were open and my shirt was still up.
Your shirt was still up. Did you take the second photograph after the first?
Yes, we did.
Right, and your shirt was pushed up. And what happened to was there any discussion about your zipper between you and Mr. Dahmer?
I put it halfway down and then he just put it all the way down.
Was there any discussion between you and him about putting it halfway down, the zipper?
I'm going to say
Did he
probably
say
not
anything
because
about what
he
you
did
should
it.
do anything with your zipper?
He put it halfway down.
Yeah, he said that.
What'd you say there, Whoopi?
I said he put it halfway down. Dahmer did the rest. So when he said, "Is there any discussion about pulling it halfway down?" The guy did it. I would say, "Is there any discussion on pulling it the rest of the way down?" You know what I mean? Like, are you okay with this dude doing that? You know what I mean?
I should put it all the way down and then, show my underwear.
And you put it halfway down, and then what did he do?
He put it all the way down.
And what else did he do?
And then he grabbed my penis.
No, we haven't seen
He
this.
went
guy.
under your underwear and grabbed your penis?
Yes, he did.
And what happened then?
Then I just put it back.
You took it away from him and put it back into your underpants?
Yes.
Indian giver.
And then was the next picture, the second picture taken
Hmm.
at that point?
Yes.
What happened then?
Then I told him I gotta go. And then before I left, he told me he liked listening to people's stomach.
And what did he do then?
Then I was on the bed still, and then he came more like leaning down, and then he put his ears to my stomach. Then he started kissing it.
Started kissing your stomach?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
I just knew right away I just have to get out of there.
And what did you do when you figured you had to get out of there? What did you do?
Zip my pants, my shirt back to normal, and then grab my book bag and walk out the door.
Right. Had you gone out to the kitchen before the pictures were taken and had the coffee? Or what, did you take one picture, then go to the kitchen, come back for the second picture?
One picture and then to the kitchen, then came back.
All right, so the first picture you took, then to the kitchen, then back for the second picture.
Yes.
And then after he kissed your stomach, you said, I got to get out of here, something
Yes.
like that. What did you do then?
I just grabbed my book bag and then I opened the door and
You moved to the door of the apartment?
yes,
Was the door of the apartment closed at that time?
yes, it was.
And had it been closed after you entered the apartment?
Yes.
And what did Mr. Dahmer do when you went to the door with your book bag?
He said, wait, don't forget your money and don't tell no one that I'm doing this.
Wait, don't forget your money and don't tell anyone I'm doing this?
Yes.
Did he give you any money?
Yes, he did.
I mean, he came up to you and gave you the money?
Yes.
All right. Was the door open or closed, if you recollect, at that time?
I opened it.
And, pardon?
In case if he tried anything, I would, the door would be open for me.
And what happened then? Did he give you the money?
He gave me the $50.
Was the door closed or open, if you recollect, when he gave you the $50?
It was open. I opened it.
And then what happened?
Then I walked out. And then once I got out of the apartment, I knew right away I was dizzy.
And what happened? Were you starting to walk home?
Yes, I did.
And did you feel dizzier as you walked further towards your house?
Yes.
What happened when you got home?
I slammed the door. I couldn't even walk straight and just headed to bed.
You headed to bed?
Yes.
Did you get into the bed?
Yes, I did.
When is the next time you became conscious of where you were? Where were you?
At the
Yeah, he took the money. I would have told Dahmer, pay me up front, and as soon as I got the money, I would have ran out the door. Ha
hospital.
At the hospital.
Yes.
And you were there for a while at the hospital. Then did you come back that evening to your home?
Yes.
Did a police officer or police officers come to your home that night?
Yes.
And did they ask you to show them where this apartment was? Did you tell them what happened to you that afternoon?
Yes.
Did you go with the officers and point out the apartment and the apartment building?
Yes, I did.
And did you later come down to the police headquarters and look at some pictures?
Yes.
And did you pick out the picture that was Mr. Jeff Dahmer?
Yes.
That's all for director.
Cross-examination?
Be so brief, I wasn't even going to ask you any questions, but did you say that he put his ear to your stomach?
Yes, he did. First.
Thank you, sir.
Any redirect? Witness may step down. Court will take a recess at this time. And then would you state your name, spell your last name, please?
The name is Michael Salinas, Salinas.
Mr. Salinas, after information concerning the case of Mr. Dahmer came into the news media, did you recall an incident where you had an encounter with Mr. Dahmer?
Not initially. In the beginning, the face from the media looked vaguely familiar at the initial outset of the case. However, upon looking at a photo of Jeffrey Dahmer, an older photo taken, I then recognized him, and also seeing a profile photo of him, also recognized him from the incident.
And you recalled having an encounter with Mr. Dahmer?
Yes, I do.
And you reported that to the police, correct?
No, I didn't.
All right. Were you spoken to?
I'm sorry. I reported it to the police once I identified him as, okay.
That's what I meant. You didn't report it at the time of
No,
the
not at the time of the incident.
And at the time you reported it to the police, you recalled it as occurring in the spring of 1986, or that was your estimation, correct?
That's correct at the time.
When do you recall it as having occurred, actually?
Actually, I recall it occurring in the spring of '87.
And what brought to your mind that it must have been the spring of 1987?
Because during that time of the incident, I was working at the Performing Arts Center, and upon looking at a past resume, I noticed that at that time it was in 1987.
Now, where did you encounter Mr. Dahmer on that date?
Outside the Sale of E during bar close.
And were you alone or with someone else?
I was with somebody else.
And was that person a friend of yours?
Yes, he was.
And what happened when the two of you encountered Jeffrey Dahmer?
A conversation was started as to the fact that he stated his name, his first name, and then
Oh, I just want to make a point here. He said he worked at the Performing Arts Center. Now, if you're not from Milwaukee, you don't know what that is. You think it's a theater and all that. No, the Performing Arts Center is not a theater. It is a strip club built in an old theater. It was actually owned by a stripper, a famous traveling stripper, and her husband. She went by the name of Tarzana. And I have a picture, believe it or not, of her and I together. That was a pretty famous strip club back in Milwaukee.
it said that he was from Chicago and that he had a room that he had rented out and that he had a bottle of rum, and if we would like to come and finish it.
And was he the one that started the conversation?
Yes, he was.
Then what happened?
We then took a cab.
Who called the cab?
Jeffrey did.
Then what happened?
We went into the cab and were dropped off at the Ambassador Hotel.
All three of you?
Right.
What happened when you got to the Ambassador Hotel?
We went, strangely enough, it seemed to be through a side door. I found it odd that I didn't see anybody in that building at all, and went up a flight of stairs.
All three of you?
Yes, we did.
Then what happened?
We went inside the room, and he mentioned that he needed to go downstairs and get some sodas out of the soda machine for the rum.
Mr. Dahmer mentioned that?
Yes, he did.
Now, at this point, about how much time had you spent with him?
I'd estimated approximately half an hour to 45 minutes.
Before he went downstairs to get sodas?
Yes.
And had you been carrying on a conversation with him?
Not during the cab ride. Actually, when we entered the room, not much of a conversation either, other than the fact that he asked us what kind of soda that we liked.
And then what did he do?
He came back from getting the sodas, and at that time, we had already seated ourselves. I was sitting on the bed, on the chair facing a wall, and or against a wall, and my friend was on the floor in front of the TV.
And what happened with regard to the drinks?
He began to make the drinks, and I found it also odd at the time that when he had made them, his back was turned, and it was something that had stuck out at me.
Now, you said his back was turned. Do you mean that he was blocking your vision of what he was doing while he was making the drinks?
That's correct.
And you said your friend was seated on the floor. First of all, how many beds were there in this room?
There was two.
One closer to the door, one further inside?
Right.
And there was a television?
Right.
And where was that?
That was at the foot of the bed that was farther from the door.
And where was your friend seated?
On the floor in front of the television.
And where were you?
On the chair that was on the side where the farther bed was from the door.
All right, so if you came in, there'd be one bed, then a second bed, and then beyond that, yet there was a chair?
A chair facing that bed, correct.
And you were seated in that chair, and your friend was seated at the end of the bed?
Right.
On the floor?
On the floor.
And after Mr. Dahmer mixed the drinks, what did he do?
He then gave us the drinks.
And what did he do next?
He did sit on the bed, or lay on the bed, but then he did something very strange. He had gotten up and stripped off all of his clothes.
And what did he say to that?
He laid back on the bed and asked us if we'd like to strip off our clothes, and at that point I told him no.
Then what happened? Did you have the drink already at this point?
I did have the drink, and it was with me, and I had taken maybe a sip or two out of it.
When he did this, when he took off his clothes and lay down on the bed, had he touched either you or your friend?
No, he didn't.
Did you and your friend like exchange glances when he did this?
Yes, we did.
What happened next?
After we had exchanged glances, I began to talk to Mr. Dahmer, small talk, for a little while. What I can remember was something to do with his past history in the Army or
His past history where?
in the Army.
He was telling you about his Army days?
Right.
What was your friend doing?
Watching a television show.
Were you particularly nervous or frightened?
No, I wasn't.
There were two of you there at the time?
Yes, there was.
Did you start drinking the drink?
Yes, I did.
What happened next?
I don't remember. I estimate that I probably had a few sips out of the drink. I know that I didn't finish it, and that was it. I blacked out.
What's the next thing you remember?
I woke up on the foot of the chair, at the foot of the chair on the floor, with my pants unbuckled.
And what about your friend? Where was he?
He was lying on the bed, and I got up and went to wake him up.
What happened next?
We got up and we looked around the room, looking to see where Mr. Dahmer had gone to, and we walked and looked in the bathroom and decided that we should leave. The door, I believe, was wide open.
About how long were you passed out?
I'd estimate 3 to 4 hours.
And prior to that, how long had you spent with Mr. Dahmer from the time you met him until the time you did pass out?
Approximately an hour and a half.
When he had conversation with you, was he coherent?
Yes, he was.
He described his past life or his time in the Army?
Yeah.
Were any of his thoughts rambling or unconnected?
No.
Except for the fact that when he came into the room, took off his clothes. Did he explain why he did that to you?
No, he didn't. Just that he said that he preferred to have his clothes off.
And he invited you to take yours off too, correct?
Yes, he did.
Did he react in any way when you said no, or did he just let it go?
No, he didn't. He had a small talk with me and had his hands behind his head and appeared to be very relaxed.
While he was lying on the bed?
Right.
All right, so he's lying on the bed with his hands behind his head, his clothes off, and he's just having small talk with you.
That's right.
Okay. At any time, was his conversation unconnected or incoherent?
No, actually, it was quite a nice conversation from what I remember.
And after a few sips of the drinks, the next thing you remember is waking up several hours later.
Yes.
Other than your pants being unbuckled, did you notice anything else about your clothing?
Once we had stepped outside, my friend had noticed that he had split up the back of his pants, probably starting from mid-thigh to right up through his buttocks.
Did you see that also?
Yes, I did.
Anything else?
It was a very clean cut. It wasn't a rip.
Okay. Did you notice anything else about your clothing?
Yes, he had no underwear.
Your friend noticed this about his clothing?
Yes, he said to me that I have no underwear and I had some on last night.
Was your clothing disarranged in any other way?
It was disarrayed upon awakening, and also the pants were unbuckled, but I also had an abrasion on my head.
Okay. Where on your head did you have an abrasion?
Smack dab in the middle of my forehead. It appeared to be it was a rug burn. It was very red, and there was a bump, and very symmetrical. About the size of actually, it was a little larger than a quarter size.
And prior to that evening, you didn't have any injury there? before that time, there was no injury there, correct?
At the
I
Ambassador
believe-
Hotel?
Yeah, prior to going
Prior
to
to
the
that, there's
Ambassador
none.
Hotel. And when did you first notice the injury to your head?
I didn't notice it until I had gotten home and looked in the mirror.
And it was right in the middle of your forehead, you indicated?
That's right.
How you doing, freak? Hi, Lynn.
Your Honor, I'd also indicate at this point that I've spoken to counsel, and there's a stipulation that the Mr. Dahmer referred to is Jeffrey Dahmer, the defendant in this trial. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Maybe I should, we've used that word stipulation quite a few times, and I don't know that we really explained that word to the jury. And jurors, perhaps you should understand that when the attorneys stipulate or agree that a certain fact is true, then you and I are bound to accept that fact as having been conclusively proven. In this case, we're talking about the identification of Mr. Dahmer. Go ahead.
I have nothing further of this witness. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Salinas, I just have a couple of questions for clarification, okay?
That's right.
First off, you had indicated here today that you believe now that it was in the spring of 87 rather than 86, is that correct?
That's right.
You're fairly certain of that?
I'm very certain, yeah.
Okay. You've indicated that you were at C'est La Vie Tavern with your friend, correct?
Right.
Was this a friend that you had gone there with, or was this somebody that you had met at the bar?
It was a friend of mine that I met there.
Is this a close friend that you would normally call up and hang out
At the
with?
time, it was a close friend, yeah.
Okay. You indicated that you had gone, after you met with Mr. Dahmer, over to the Ambassador Hotel. And you stated that you went into a side door, is that correct?
It appeared to be a side door. There was a stairs. Upon opening the door, there was a stairs immediately in front of us.
Okay. Do you recall giving a report relative to this matter to the police department when you had called it in? This was after everything was all done and this story had broke? You called in and you talked to a detective about this?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall that at the time, in the report that you gave, it said that you entered the front? Is this just now that you remember better that it wasn't the front, it was the side?
Yeah, it's just upon memorization of the way that I came in. I'm saying it appeared to be a side door because I didn't see anything else but the stairs.
Okay. You've also indicated here today that you went up to the room and then Jeffrey Dahmer had left and gone back down and picked up sodas. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. You indicated again in this other report that, in fact, on your way up to the room, you had picked up the sodas at the same time, giving the impression that all of you had done this. Now, do you remember?
Yeah,
which is-
upon remembrance, I do remember now being up in the room and him asking what types of soda we liked, and then ran down to go get them.
Okay, so it wasn't that you all had just been passing the soda machine and
No, because when he came back, we had already been seated.
Okay. And likewise, too, just like I said, just for clarification's sake, you had indicated as you reported this, that there was just one double bed in the room, and now you're indicating that there was, in fact, two. Was that correct?
I was always under the assumption there was two. I don't.
Okay, that's fine. Like I said, just trying to get some clarification here. Further, you had indicated that at the time when Mr. Dahmer had taken off his clothing, that you and your friend had exchanged glances.
That's right.
Did you say anything? Was there anything spoken about the fact?
No, we didn't say anything. We had just thought it was strange at the time.
Okay. Further, you had indicated that you felt that it was of a suspicious nature, the way he was turning his back and making the drinks. Is that correct?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you, with the fact that you felt it was suspicious and taken note of it at the time that he had turned his back a certain way to make the drinks and also had taken off his clothing, does that in any way make you feel uncomfortable?
No, in no way at all did I feel threatened by him. The fact that I remembered him turning his back at the time just struck me as rather peculiar, something that just stuck out at me. But at that time, through the whole night before I had blacked out, I had no fear or suspicion of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to testify. When I knew Jeffrey Dahmer from the AA meetings, he gave me no indication anything was going on that is weird. He just seemed like a nice, normal person. He was a little bit quiet, but he was, for the most part, just as normal as you and me. But yeah, I never got any kind of weird sense from him at all.
I must say that those were the two only odd incidents through that whole night that came to mind.
So there was nothing else that
No,
would give
no.
you or your friend, did your friend ever say to you that, well, hey, this is a little weird, let's leave?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Nothing more than just a glance.
No, actually, he hardly spoke through the whole thing.
Okay. You'd indicated further that you, when you woke up, that you had a bump or a swelling on your head. You said
Yes, I
what you
did.
indicated a rug burn.
It appeared to be one.
Okay. And further in this report that you gave, that you'd indicated that you felt when you woke up that you were a little drugged up, that you were in somewhat of a type of stupor, that you'd realize that in fact you had been drugged.
Yeah, the next day I didn't recall anything, or didn't recall half the things that I did the next day. I did have to go to work the next day, and a
very
lot of
true
the
now,
things of the
being like-
activities that I did that following day were unclear to me. I don't recall a lot of the things that I did.
Okay. When you woke, you said the only other person that was there was your friend that you had gone there with, correct?
That's right.
Mr. Dahmer wasn't there.
No, he was gone.
And did he likewise feel as though he had been drugged?
Yes, he did.
Did either of you think about perhaps going to the hospital? I mean, this is an instance where you're with somebody for an evening, you didn't know him, he says he's from Chicago, you both all of a sudden black out, you both wake up, and did you have any conversation of the fact that maybe
No,
you
we
should go to
didn't.
the hospital?
No, we didn't. We thought it was strange, but we had just put it off as something that was somebody slipped us a Mickey or something and took advantage of us for some reason or another. I was quite angry though after that, and for 5 days after did go looking for him and didn't see him anywhere.
Okay, you had indicated further that you in fact never reported this to police at the time.
No, I didn't.
Did your friend report it?
No, he didn't.
Do you know, did your friend go to the hospital?
No, he didn't. Oh, I did ask him if he hurt in the buttocks, and he said no, he didn't.
Okay. So neither of you reported to the hospital, and neither of you had reported it to police, but you've indicated that you went to look for him. It was because you wanted to find him so you could report it to the police?
No, actually, at that time, I was quite angry and quite young and went after him to go beat him up.
Okay. Did you ever check in the hotel as far as who signed in for the room? Did you ever check a name?
No, I didn't. I didn't investigate any further than that.
Okay. Now, you've indicated that you waited until after this had all broke and it was out in the newspapers, and then you'd recognized Mr. Dahmer, and that's why you brought it to the police's attention. How long was that after the story broke that you actually brought it to the police's attention?
Oh, I identified the picture after coming back from camping on Labor Day weekend. I was camping and came back and saw a picture of him in the Milwaukee Journal of a family photo back in the early 80s, and his hair was a little more ruffled in another photo that I had seen of him in the past, and that's when I recognized him.
So Labor Day of 87, you're saying?
No, this...
I mean, excuse me, of 91?
Right.
So that would have been September?
Yeah, I believe I came back from camping either late August or near around that time.
Do you recall giving a report at any time on August 1st of 91?
No, I do know that I went camping though around that time, and through some media, through some newspaper photos of him from a few years younger, I did recognize him.
Okay.
And after that, I did call the police.
I just asked for clarification because this report here indicates that you in fact talked to a detective on August 1st, and now you're indicating
Okay.
September. I was just wondering
Sure.
how long it was that you actually waited. After this all broke and you decided to bring it to the police department's attention, did you ever contact your friend and ask him if he had any thoughts to give you, if he wanted to come with you to talk to the police?
excuse me, I hadn't seen him. I had moved away and lost touch with him. I did go, I knew one person that had known him in the past and did call to see if he had seen him, but he said that he hadn't seen him in a couple of years. So I have not seen him for quite a while.
So you never discussed it with him, you never called him as far as bringing him to the police?
After the incident, we often discussed it and talked about just how strange it was.
When was that? Right after the incident?
Yeah, a few months after the incident.
Okay, but not at the time that you actually did bring it to their attention in 91?
Oh, no.
Okay. Without necessarily having to tell us, do you know what your friend's last name is?
No, I don't.
Okay. Did you ever, by chance, that next day, call the management of the hotel and ask whether, or just anonymously call in and say, look, there's a guy that's up in room such and such that's drugging people?
No, I never investigated it any further.
You never warned anybody about the fact that this was happening? That this had happened, in fact, to you?
No, other than just discussion between me and my friend and maybe a couple other people. We thought it had been a common occurrence for people sometimes to be slipped something in their drink, and so we thought it was something similar to that, and so we didn't look to investigate it any further, other than the fact that I went looking for him.
Okay, just one more question.
Sure.
That evening, when you woke up the next morning, you said you indicated that there was a bump on your head, that he had a slit in the pants, that you had some other problems, and your friend had a slit in his pants.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice, was there any property taken? Was there any necklaces, money, anything?
No, none of us noticed anything taken.
Nothing was taken?
Nothing was taken.
Nothing was taken.
Nothing was taken except his innocence.
Yes. He was the meat.
Of that potato.
I was going to say the potato. That's funny. I thought alike on that one.
Yeah, we're both sick bastards.
We are. Yes. Gotta own that shit, right?
Snap your W.
What the heck? Oh, I'm on the wrong account here.
It's a Jet 2 holiday. Oh, man.
What the heck is going on here?
What you trying to do, man?
I'm trying to... Somehow I got off of my other account of my Prime here, because I don't have Prime on this account, so I use my other account, and I'm trying to get it to go over to my other profile.
Well, look at you, troublemaker.
Yep. Oh, something's going on here. Yeah, it's not letting me switch accounts. Why are you not letting... Let's see if I get that. Oh, there we go. Switch accounts. Come on. Yeah, it was kind of funny because it had
I desensitized.
Performing Arts Center. That was a strip club back in Milwaukee. Like I said before, it actually got sued by Marcus Corporation because they had the Marcus Performing Arts Center, which was a legitimate, had, orchestras, bands, this, that. It's an actual theater. So they ended up changing their name from Performing Arts Center to Arts Performing Center to get around it. I forgot all about that place until he mentioned it. Now, here's an interview from Inside Edition. It's not very long with Jeffrey Dahmer. I think this was shortly before he was killed in prison. Come on, get up there. Boom.
Ties myself to it.
Yeah, about a year before.
I don't know.
he
I
was
went to
killed.
great lengths.
He is pure evil, but you'd never know it by looking at him. But when you hear him, that's another story. His killing field was Milwaukee, and he got away with murder for more than a decade. But how could any of this happen? For the first time ever, Nancy Glass is here inside the world of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Bill, when I sat down opposite Jeffrey Dahmer for this interview, I wondered what he would tell me, how hard it would be to get him to discuss his horrific crimes. What I found was that he was very forthcoming. He volunteered details that may be difficult to hear. I began by asking what he wanted from the men he picked up.
I had these obsessive desires and thoughts wanting to control them, to I don't know how to put it,
You had a
possess them
hunger.
permanently.
And that's why you killed them.
Right, right. Not because I was angry with them, not because I hated them, but because I wanted to keep them with me. And as my obsession grew, I was saving body parts such as skulls and skeletons.
Jeffrey Dahmer is recalling his monstrous past. Almost 2 years ago in this little apartment in Milwaukee, police discovered the grisly remnants of one of the most horrible crime sprees in American history. Jeffrey Dahmer, an unassuming chocolate factory worker, would eventually confess that he had seduced, murdered, and dismembered 17 young men. He even ate some of his victims' body parts. He instantly became the center of worldwide media attention, a serial killer unmasked. There were protests and press conferences in Milwaukee as people tried to understand how this could have happened in their midst. How did Jeffrey Dahmer get away with murder after murder for 13 years? How did a boy born into a hardworking middle-class family turn into the worst kind of monster imaginable? In this exclusive interview,
they
we
never
put
rented the
those
apartment
questions
again.
to Jeffrey
Tore the
Dahmer
building down
himself.
shortly after.
We met with him at the maximum security prison where he is serving his sentence of 999 years. For the first time, he talks about his crimes and gives us a chilling look inside the mind of a serial killer.
It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. When you depersonalize another person and view them as just an object for pleasure instead of a living, breathing human being, it seems to make it easier to do things you shouldn't do.
The reason why Jeffrey Dahmer was able to get away with his crimes was because of just what you are seeing here. Jeffrey Dahmer is intelligent and articulate. That is what makes him so frightening. But if you listen carefully to his words throughout this interview, you realize it is a thin disguise. You do sound, though, like the kind of person who could have said to himself, "This is wrong. I must stop."
I always knew that it was wrong, but after the first killing was not planned. I was coming back from the shopping mall back in '78. I had fantasies about picking up a hitchhiker and taking him back to the house and having complete control and dominance over him.
The hitchhiker's name was Stephen Hicks. He was just 18. Jeffrey Dahmer took him to his parents' house. There he strangled him with a barbell. He dismembered the body and hid it in a drain pipe. It was Jeffrey Dahmer who gave those details to the police in his confession.
No one had a clue as to what was happening for over a decade.
During that time, Jeffrey Dahmer joined the Army and was sent to Germany. He was eventually discharged for a drinking problem and returned to Ohio. 9 years after Stephen Hicks' murder, the killing began again. What happened to you in the 9 years in between that you were able to stop, that you were able to control yourself?
Just wasn't an opportunity to fully express what I wanted to do. There was just not the physical opportunity to do it then. And I started, when I moved to Milwaukee in '81, I started reading pornography, going to the bookstores. Eventually that led to frequenting the gay bars. And then one time I brought this young man back to the hotel room, the Ambassador Hotel. Was just planning on drugging him and spending the night with him. Had no intention of hurting him. When I woke up in the morning, he had a broken rib here, was heavily bruised. Apparently I had beaten him to death with my fists.
And you have no memory
I
of
have
it?
no memory of it. But that's what started the whole spree all over again.
Dahmer says he snuck the corpse of his victim, Stephen Toomey, out of his hotel room in a suitcase. Then he took it to his grandmother's house, where he cut up the body and put it in plastic garbage bags. When you killed these men, afterwards, were you repulsed? Were you upset?
No, at the time it was almost addictive. It was almost a surge of energy. I wouldn't have to worry about any of their needs or anything. I just had complete control of the situation.
But Jeffrey Dahmer was out of control. The urge to kill had overpowered him. As police later learned, he wasn't satisfied with his victim's death. He wanted more. Why did you photograph them?
It was my way of remembering their appearance, their physical beauty. I also wanted to keep something. If I couldn't keep them there with me whole, at least I felt that I could keep their skeletons. And I even went so far as planning on setting up an altar with the 10 different skulls and skeletons.
And what was the purpose of the altar going to be?
As a sort of memorial. A point where I could, I don't know. It's so bizarre and strange, it's hard to describe. A place where I could collect my thoughts and feed my obsession.
When the bodies were still in your apartment, there was no time when you would see them and say, this is grotesque. What have I done?
There were times, but the compulsive obsession with doing what I was doing overpowered any feelings of revulsion.
This man with a quiet, almost shy demeanor became a master manipulator who was able to lure strangers he met at gay bars to his apartment. He was even able to con the police into returning a 14-year-old boy to him after neighbors called 911 upset that the child was in the street naked and bleeding. Dahmer convinced the police that he and the boy were simply having a lover's quarrel.
It's an intoxicated boyfriend of another boyfriend.
Well, how old was this child?
It wasn't a child, it was an adult.
After the police left, Jeffrey Dahmer murdered that boy, Conorak Synthesome. This man says he had a near-fatal encounter with Jeffrey Dahmer.
He wanted to take some picture of my back. He hit me with a rubber hammer on my neck.
He was lucky to escape because by then the killing had become almost routine. Before you went out to pick up a man, was there any kind of ritual you went through?
I'd go to the nightclubs, drink, watch the striptease shows. And if I didn't meet anyone at the bars, I'd go to the bath clubs and meet someone there, offer them money, and we'd go back to the apartment, have a few drinks. I'd have the sleeping pill mixture already prepared. Person would drink it, fall asleep, and that's when they would be strangled.
Watching the movie Exorcist 3 was also part of his ritual. It put him in the mood for murder.
I felt so hopelessly.
Yeah, you remember in the first one we had with Terry Edwards that he was talking about Exorcist was on the television when I was there.
So he waited for them to go to sleep and then would strangle them?
Yep. Probably so they couldn't fight back.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, so he didn't do it for the sport then.
No. No.
Oh, shit. All right. I don't know. That's just, I don't know.
Evil and perverted that that I actually derives a sort of pleasure from watching that tape.
Did you like feeling evil?
No, I didn't. But I had tried to overcome the thoughts, and it worked for a while, but eventually I gave in.
While Jeffrey Dahmer may say things today that make it seem like he understands what went on in his mind, he does not. All he can do is tell you what happened, but he cannot stop whatever it is that drove him to kill in the first place.
Do you still feel those same urges? Do you still feel that compulsion, that obsession?
I wish I could say that it just left completely, but no, there are times when I still do have the old compulsions.
Jeffrey Dahmer says as time went on, his mind became more and more warped.
Chick's
and
got
yet
crazy
he
eyes.
was clever enough to continue to elude police and lure young men to his apartment. We should warn you, the details are very graphic.
I started having these obsessive thoughts when I was about 15 and 16, and they got worse and worse.
What were your fantasies about?
They were sexual fantasies of control, power, complete.
That's exactly right, Tina. He was very mild-mannered. And like I said, when I seen him at AA meetings and that, he was just so... He was, for the most part, just very quiet, very unassuming. You never picked up anything weird. He never gave you any weird vibes. He just seemed, just as normal as anybody else.
I still find it totally weird that you were in AA with this dude. Like,
yep.
Like
I didn't know it until this came out about the killing. I go, oh my God, I've gone to some meetings where he was at. And
I could have ended up at his house.
No, it would have never happened, but it was so weird. It was my first time that I tried to get sober before I realized I didn't want to get sober yet. And I was attending a few meetings, going to different meetings, and I think he was ordered to go to meetings because he was going through some therapy and stuff. And I think that was part of his therapy. I don't think he was really there to quit drinking or anything. He was just doing it to fulfill his requirements.
Yeah, that's just weird. I don't know. And then they tore the apartment down.
Yeah, they never rented the apartment again, of course. It pretty much within weeks of when this all came down, everybody was moved out of the place. And a short time later, they just leveled the entire building. It still to this day is a vacant lot. They were going to make a memorial park there, but it just never happened.
I see pictures of it right here where it's fenced off right now and there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's just an overgrown, fenced off lot.
Yep, it sure is. Yeah, they never did anything with it. There's pictures right here of them tearing it down.
Yep.
Kind of cool.
They got a date there for when they tore it down?
Let's see. Stupid advertisements. Hold on. That's the place they think you worked at. They tore that down too.
Oh, they tore down Ambrosia?
I believe so.
Oh, they might have been because of it was right next to the Pabst Brewery. And the Pabst Brewery has been rehabbed now and turned into a hotel and stuff.
Yeah, so it's former Ambrosia Chocolate Company in downtown Milwaukee, where the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer worked in the late 80s, or in the 80s, is now gone.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they tore that place down.
Yeah.
I haven't been back to Milwaukee in quite a few years, since about 10 years now. I think the last time I was in Milwaukee was 2016.
Let's see.
When I had to go back home for my grandma's funeral. Oh no, what am I thinking? 2 years ago when I was on the trip to take Kelly down to spread her ashes down in Texas, I stopped in Janesville. I almost didn't even recognize the town anymore.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment building in Oxford Apartments, located at 924 North 25th Street in Milwaukee, was demolished November of 1992. The demolition took place approximately 15 months after Dahmer's arrest in 91, following pressure from the families of the victims to remove the site of the murders. The Campus Circle Project, a redevelopment group affiliated with the Marquette University, purchased the property to raise the building to make way for potential memorial park. Though the lot has remained empty ever since. Current status is the site is a vacant fenced lot. That's your fact.
And it probably always will be, because it's 34 years later and they haven't done anything.
I wonder if ghost hunting would be good there.
You know, that's a darn good question. I never thought of that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, one of the shows that I watch, and I can't remember exactly what it's called right now, something to do with high school and ghosts, and they're trapped in the school. I can't remember the doggone name of it. But they said, like, if they tear the school down, which I haven't got that far yet, but if they tear the school down, then their souls will be lost forever or something like that. So it made a valid point. What happens if there's a tall building and you're up, your spirit is a few floors up and they tear the building down? What happens to that if you were trapped in that building?
Well, I have seen ghost hunters and that's gone to ground zero, and they picked up stuff even though the entire Twin Towers is gone. They've still picked up stuff.
I can imagine there'd be a lot of stuff there.
I've heard that, but there's also still a lot of stuff on site, in the museum and all that might still have that power, or that energy attached to it.
That's just something to think about. Something crazy.
Yep. Well, I know both Kelly and Linda, my two wives, and that I know they're still around here.
Hopefully they get along.
Yeah. I've said that Kelly was the one that, in fact, noticed that Linda was still around here. Now and then she'd get a whiff of her perfume, Linda's perfume.
Oh, that's awesome.
And after a while, it was a lot less. Like, Linda was like fine and dandy, going, okay, everything's going good. I don't have to be around, keep an eye on him anymore.
Huh. So do you still have the ashes from both of them?
Yeah, I got a little vial of each of their ashes in the bedroom.
Nice.
On the dresser.
Right.
And Linda's ashes were mixed with the ashes of her first husband. Not the ones that I've got, though. And we spread those, each of the girls have an urn with ashes of both of them in it, and we spread the rest of the ashes in the ocean. And then Kelly, I've got some of her ashes here. Each of the kids have little urns of ashes, and then we spread the rest of her ashes in Galveston Bay.
Where's that?
Kelly's ashes were scattered in Galveston Bay in Galveston, Texas.
Oh, okay. And then your first wife wasn't spread out, though, was she?
Yeah, she was spread over the. We went out to Hampton Beach, which was her favorite place to go.
Okay.
We spread it in the ocean at Hampton Beach.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Huh.
Dominance, they became reality.
Was there pleasure in that fantasy?
There was excitement, fear, pleasure, all mixed together.
Jeffrey Dahmer fulfilled his fantasies by murdering and dismembering 17 young men. In time, his desires became more extreme, his deeds more grotesque. Listen to him talk about the most unnatural things in the most matter-of-fact of ways. That's when you realize that none of it has touched him.
I was branching out. That's when the cannibalism started, eating of the heart and the arm muscle. It was a way of making me feel that they were a part of me. At first, it was just curiosity, and then it became compulsive. Then I tried to keep the person alive by inducing a zombie-like state. By injecting first dilute acid.
One thing I just noticed watching him here, at certain points you see his lip quiver a little bit, like he sad that he got caught, or thinking back at it, or something there. I see a quiver in his lip.
Solution into their brain, or hot water, and it never did completely work.
Could someone like you be stopped? Could you be helped?
No, I was dead
He
set
definitely was
on
stopped.
going with this compulsion. It was.
What was that?
I said he's definitely stopped.
Yeah. Not the way he wanted to, but probably the only way he could.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that gave me any satisfaction.
He became so warped by his evil impulses that he even took a victim's head with him to work at the Ambrosia Chocolate Factory.
I kept the mummified head and skull of one of the victims in a carrying case in my locker at work.
Were you almost flaunting it?
Okay, Vicky.
Yes, but that's how strong the compulsion was. That's how bizarre the desire was. I wanted to keep something of the person with me.
Jeffrey Dahmer exhibited some disturbing behavior early on. He began drinking heavily as a teenager, dropped out of college, was arrested for indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, and fondling a 13-year-old boy. Tragically, one of his murder victims would be that boy's brother. Do you know what started it? Was there any kind of incident that you can remember?
To this day, I don't know what started it. And the person to blame is sitting right across from you. That's the only person. Not parents, not society, not pornography. I mean, those are just excuses.
His macabre 13-year crime spree finally ended when this man, Tracy Edwards, brought the police to the infamous apartment. Like the others, he had gone there with the promise of money.
He was listening to my heart, because at a point he told me he was going to eat my heart at that point. I hit him and I ran.
What was the turning point for you that made you suddenly realize that you had done something terribly wrong, something you should be sorry for?
It was the night of the arrest. I have no memory of what happened during the 6 hours before the last victim ran out of the apartment. I heard a knock on the door, and the police were there with the last victim. They asked me where the key was to the handcuffs. My mind was in a haze. I sort of pointed to the bedroom, and that's where they found the pictures. And they yelled, "Cuff him." And I was handcuffed, and it was just the realization that there was no point in trying to hide my actions anymore. The best route was to help the police identify all the victims and just make a complete confession.
When it was revealed that
it's kind of strange. It's almost like, when as soon as he got caught and all that, he got some morals and all that immediately.
Most people do, though.
Oh, kitchen court chats is KCC.
Oh, okay. But I think most people do that. They'll do what they do, and then when they get caught, they're like, "I found God."
Yep. Well, I remember one cop talking about it. You want to find out who a guilty person is, you look in their cell. If they're sitting there awake and everything else, generally they're not guilty. You see somebody sleeping, it's like, okay, I'm caught. Just might as well relax now, and they'll actually be able to sleep. A non-guilty person will be sitting there pacing, walking around.
Trying to think of what they can do to make it right.
Right. But the guilty person is the one that is sleeping.
That's a good point.
Most of the victims were black or homosexual. People in Milwaukee were incensed. Many felt that was why he went after them and why the police didn't seem to care when their families reported them missing.
10 of your 17 victims were black. Were they
Almost
racially
half.
motivated?
It was not racially motivated. It was not sexual preference. It was just to find an obsession with the best looking young man I could find.
While you just heard him say that his sexual preference had nothing to do with the killings, he has not come to terms with his homosexuality.
Never understood it. There was no use trying to fight it because I couldn't rid myself of it. It was too powerful and persistent.
Do you dislike it?
Yes, it's caused a lot of problems
You think?
for me. A lot of conflicts and unanswered questions.
The conflicts remain with him, and so do his compulsions. But in prison, he finally cannot act on his savage desires.
If you were out on the street now, would you still be committing the crimes?
Probably. If this hadn't happened, there's no doubt I probably would be. I can't think of anything that would have stopped me.
And there you have it.
That is nuts. What all we got left on the Dahmer case?
Oh, we actually have a lot of stuff. Altogether, the trial takes up like 27 videos, and I don't even think that was all of it. Next week, I'm going to start with prosecution, crime scene technicians. So, and I'm going to do a couple of those, and then I'm probably going to do, I think, the actual Dahmer up on the stand testifying. I'm not going to do all 26 because that would be a half a year.
Yeah, we got to get some funny stuff back so I can make some shorts.
Yep, we got to do some funny stuff and make some shorts. And I got an idea for something that we can do for funny stuff. I'll have to discuss it with you. I think we did discuss it.
I like the funny stuff where we talk and just enjoy it, you know?
We can always take a little break one of these weeks and just throw some funny stuff in there or something like that instead of being just all this darkness.
Yeah, it's a lot of sadness in a time where the world's kind of sad.
So maybe how's everybody feel about that? If we took a little break next week and do some funny stuff and then get back to Dahmer, just kind of like cleanse our palate a little bit and decompress. I think I will get anything for some time after hearing these things tonight. Oh, you haven't heard nothing yet, Wahoo.
Oh, I am going straight to the medium rare steak, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. A little Lowry seasoning salt and
Lowry's, some slap your mama Cajun seasoning. Yeah.
Little Adolf meat tenderizer, just like Jeffy used to use.
If you never heard of Slap Your Mama, the Cajun seasoning, I recommend look it up. Slapyourmama.com.
I've got some good Cajun seasoning that I make myself. I ought to send you a bottle of it.
Lynn says she's great. She's game for a break.
All right. That's what we'll do next week. We'll take a little break from this and do some fun stuff. I've got a couple of ideas and that run through my head. Which that's a scary place to be in the first place.
I would run through your head. I would probably run for the exit, but I would...
yeah. If you ever saw what was hiding in the corners of this mind, Jeffrey Dahmer would look quite normal.
He's in the corner of his Oval Office.
Yeah. Very oval.
Oh, that's
Well,
great.
this has been a lot of fun. KCC's coming on, and KTZ has got game night tonight.
Oh,
So-
Billy said liver. Yum. I don't know about the liver, man.
Oh, God, I hate liver. My dad loved liver and onions.
Oh, yeah, that was disgusting. And then as you're a kid, I know I've said this before, which you guys probably heard. As a kid, sitting at the kitchen table remember, this is like the 80s, right? And it was sit at the table and eat your dinner and don't get up until it's gone. The potatoes was fine, the corn was fine, whatever was fine until I got to the liver. That shit stunk, and oh my God, did I not like that.
I know, Tina, you like the dark. So do I. But now and then we got to throw a little light in there. Oh, yeah. My dad loved liver and onions. I can't eat onions anyways, and then liver is just on top of it. It just makes it all much worse. My mom always said, well, if you don't like what we're eating, make your own dinner. And I did. And that's why I later on became a chef.
I just threw a link in the chat. That link is for KCC. So just so you're aware.
What's the second? KTZ.
Yeah,
KTZED. KTZ. She's got game night on Saturday nights.
I see kitchen court chats. That one?
What one?
Kitchen court chats? Or is that a different one?
Well, kitchen court chats is KCC.
Yeah. Who's the other one?
KTZ. KTZED. No, actually, I don't like lemon. I like regular pound cake, not so much lemon pound cake.
Apparently, I'm subscribed to KTZ.
I've got so many people I'm subscribed to, I don't even know who I'm subscribed to anymore.
Oh, and the game night's live. Who is this? Oh, this is Jackbox. They're doing Jackbox. Oh, I love doing Jackbox.
I know that's where John is right now.
John is number 1 right now. Here,
no, Bill, have not been blocked. I don't even know how to block anybody.
I do.
Yeah.
Not saying I have yet. Keep it up though. I'm just kidding. So here is oops, hold on. Don't listen to that. All right, let's see. I don't know if it's gonna echo or not. Hopefully not. Daggone it, I did it again.
And you're my tech wolf.
I know. See, I keep doing it without sound. I'm trying to add the sound, but I'm afraid that it's gonna reverb. All right, try that. So this is KTZ. You want to throw that one up there?
Trying. Not letting me. Before print. Oh. Huh? Oh, I see why. I got to remove that. There we go.
There we go. So this is a KTZ stream right now. And if you've never heard of it, it's called it's Jackbox Games. I love Jackbox Games. I have it on Xbox.
We used to play that all the time on your channel.
We did actually, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. I'd turn the Xbox on and get it all set up and then we'd play it. But yeah, it's freaking cool. So if you guys use your phones and go to jackbox.tv, if they have room in there, I don't know how many players they have allowed, but if you type in, it's going to ask you right away for a code. And if you put BIWX in, and then your nickname or whatever name you want to be called, you could actually join this game that they're playing right now if it was open to have new people. I don't know if
Bill,
it is or not.
Your smart ass comments were coming up. Did you check to see if you were on top comment or all comment? Because you won't all the time see your comments if you're not on all comments. And KTZ's channel generally is police cams, court cases, First Amendment frauditors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They have 2 KTZs in there.
Yeah, she's got 2 channels.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, wow, that echoes.
Yep. All right, we're going to call it quits. Everybody, thank you for coming. Please remember to leave a like, leave a comment, share us out. come back, watch it again, tell us we suck, whatever it is.
Bring snacks though. I want snacks, especially if you tell us we suck. I want snacks.
Yes,
this diet's
definitely
killing me.
And if you want to help us out, offset our costs, because I'm paying for StreamYard, you can always send it to our Cash App. I don't want to beg for money, but I'm going to beg for money on occasion.
Hey, at almost $400 a year, you got to.
Yeah.
I bought my StreamYard also. Yeah, it is more than that. I brought my StreamYard also, used it once. Last time I bought it, I used it a couple times. I don't even use StreamYard, but I have the full service.
I use StreamYard because it's perfect for an idiot like me that doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Fair enough. You're doing it really well, though.
I'm figuring my way through it. All right, everybody.
I see.
Thank you for coming.
Laney went over and said, "Hello, Mayor told me about this channel." That's cool. There are a couple people over there. Wahoo's over there. So, yep. Anyways.
All right. See y'all later. We love you, and we'll see you next Saturday, unless I take another night off work and have a special stream.
That would be cool.
Good night, y'all. And remember to stay weird.
Oh, one more thing. If you guys went to my Wolfman Willie, I retired that name. Did you see that, Steve?
No, I did see that.
I retired that name. My singer character is now Ridge Cole.
Ridge Cole.
RIDGECOLE. Yep, Ridge Cole. So that is my stage name now.
Sounds like a country star.
I'm hoping. Well, Wolfman was just it's too retro, too old school. It has a lot of meaning to me.
It's a good name for a blues singer.
Yes. Well, I was very fond of Wolfman Jack back in the day. So that's kind of where I got the Wolfman, and then Willie Nelson. So Wolfman Willie. So that's kind of where I got it. But of course, that's so far back in the day. So check out Ridge Cole on YouTube. I'm going to be trying to get this daggone video done very shortly.
All right. All right, everybody. See you later.
7 p.m. The screens aglow. World of weird news. Watch it grow. Dell and Wolfman. Mayor 2. Until next Saturday, me and you.